Hey guys,
Hi,
Cody here,
Kayla, also here.
and this is episode 6 of the B.Bloomed
Lovecast.
Lovecast, right?
That's right. All these people are doing podcasts. Poof with that.
Poof with that. I love that. Poof.
We're doing a Lovecast, y'all.
Lovecast. That's awesome. B.Bloomed Lovecast, episode number 6.
Coming at you hot.
Coming at you hot. We talking
Communication. Something I'm so good at.
Okay, so let's get into it, right?
Okay.
That's a good point you bring up, right? So,
I'm Kayla, and I'm an introvert.
my name is Cody, and I'm a former extrovert trying to quell my extroverted tendencies that can be a pain in the ass.
So
we were actually so before we move on to this, I want to mention what you just said, which was I'm a terrible communicator. Well, communication is, in my opinion, 2 different ways. You're what? I love when she interrupts because she's an introvert. What?
I was going to say I'm a bad verbal communicator. I'm good at nonverbal communication.
So that's what we're talking about. So you got communication going towards somebody, but then you got communication coming towards you where you're listening, right? So she's an amazing. So that's not true. You're not a bad communicator. You're just really good at the receiving information, listening, right?
Yeah.
And she's really quiet, and she won't. But because she's not like putting information out all the time, unlike me, I have a high potential of putting my foot in my mouth if I'm not careful.
But I've had to work really hard on trying to express myself. Even now, I'm having a hard time. But sometimes I have perfection paralysis, is what I've learned. I'm so afraid of not saying something perfectly that I hold everything inside.
Is it really that? What is that? I mean, you got that phrase from me, but is that really what it is?
Right, but then going through yoga teacher training, we did an exercise, and I realized I'm so afraid of not expressing myself the way I want to be expressed. Hey,
shut the door! What, you raising a barn or something? Just kidding, okay?
Hi guys!
Tiki-chan.
She's an extrovert.
Popping in. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, run along.
Bye.
Skedaddle, fiddle faddle.
Yeah, so I have this fear of not being able to perfectly describe what I'm feeling and having it sound exactly the way that it sounds in my head, that I hold myself back, and so I'll just be quiet instead.
Which is not a bad thing necessarily, but
in a relationship,
you have to speak up.
Causes
right.
problems sometimes.
Right.
Not problems, but
no, a huge problem. That's what caused our 6 month. After we got married, we were separated for 6 months because I had no mindfulness at the time. I wasn't practicing the things that we've been talking about in the last 5 episodes. Now this one. And
you were a lot younger.
Yeah, a lot younger, and I didn't realize I was stepping all over some of her triggers and buttons.
So we're all raised differently, and we're all subjected to different personality types, and we're shaped into the people we are by those that we're surrounded by.
Circumstances and people, and sure.
And so I was raised in a home, quiet is better. Not quiet.
Who told you that?
No one. That
was your interpretation? That was your...
Not quiet is better, but
Your dad's really quiet.
Maybe,
your grandpa's really quiet.
Uh-huh.
But...
I'm afraid of confrontation.
Right. And, I think nobody enjoys confrontation. But
I think
what we were trying to speak to a second ago was in relationships.
Sorry, I got
No, it's fine. It's okay. That's good, and it's for her. That's good for her to go on tangents because, like she said, she has perfection paralysis, and that was a good exercise in just kind of thinking while you speak, right?
So we had struggles.
I get what I was trying. I love right now. I'm trying to get a word in with Kayla. Usually she's trying to get a word in with me. But what I want to move on to, we touched on this,
Okay.
which is in our relationship, we had our breakup.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Because, then why don't you tell them? So I was like, extrovert.
And I'm introvert,
Stomping all over
introvert.
some of your like buttons, not realizing it.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to properly communicate, hey, this is hurting me. I need you to stop. And so we ended up splitting up for like 6 months.
Right. Well, you left.
Yes.
I had no idea. Literally, I was blindsided. I did not see it coming. I'm not saying my behavior was wasn't like, it's not like we were like physically abusive or like emotionally abusive, but like we talked about on the last episode about
romance.
Right, but the non-physical things, little tone of voice and reactions, and just we can kind of be shitty to each other without realizing it if we're not mindful of our tone of voice, how we're saying things, filtering. Like sometimes you don't have to say anything. You don't have to react to every little thing that pops into your head. So anyways, something happened last night. Here's a small example. Last night, Tegan had a sleepover with a friend, and we went to the drive-in movie theater. We come home, it's late, I'm like doing dishes, and I'm just kind of up, and Kayla got home, and I was talking to her about something, it was really nothing important. I was talking just to share my day with her, right? And she was like, I'm freezing. And she just left the room.
I was like, I'll be right back, I need a sweater.
And he did come right back, and I was like all butthurt because it wasn't about the things I was saying. It was just like I felt like I got the message that was, I would rather be doing anything but listen to what you had to say right now.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry, but like what I'm saying is my internal reaction was like kind of getting upset about it. You came downstairs and I was like kind of sharing with you what I was upset. You're like, well, don't be mad at me. And what I said to her was, I'm not mad at you.
Right.
I'm actually just my internal reaction to it is just unpleasant right now, and I'm working through it. So that helps. That kind of communication because it's so easy. It's so easy to want to be like blame the other person for that feeling.
Absolutely.
But I was being honest about it, like, okay, she didn't do anything wrong. I'm just being butthurt.
Right.
So instead of me getting all bent out of shape, I was kind of a little perturbed. And that's okay. But I didn't let it get out of hand, and I explained to her.
Let's go to bed.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I was like, listen, it's late. We're both tired. Let's not try to hash this out. I'm not mad at you. I'm just, reacting. Let's just go to sleep.
Yeah.
And we weren't angry. We weren't going to bed angry. But because I was honest about how I was feeling, it dissipated away so much faster.
Right.
I'm not holding on to that, like holding some weird, unnecessary grudge over nothing. What am I looking at? Oh, great. Henry's on top of the truck.
Okay, but
right,
real quick.
I'm gonna pause.
Real quick. So when we split up, we ended up getting back together.
I want you to fall, okay?
And when we decided we were going to work things out and get back together, we both agreed that counseling and therapy was in our best interest for both of us, our relationship, our future. And so we went and she have a new co-host.
Hi, I'm Cody.
Oh. Am I Tegan?
Yeah.
So I was just saying, when we got back together, we both decided that counseling and therapy was in our best interest. So we went, and she kind of touched on how different people communicate and how we both have to be respectful of the way that our partner communicates. But we did listen and we took her advice, but I feel like the older we get, the more we learn, the better we're able to.
I wasn't quite ready to take that long look in the mirror.
Well,
but
there's
I
so much
eventually
stigma.
did. Well, episode 1, we shared our awakening, our transformational stories, right?
Yeah.
That's when I finally snapped out of it and started. Okay, I have to take an honest accounting of my behavior. And what did she really talk about there in our therapy? She talked mostly about not being diagnostic in your speaking, like you are this and you are that. Like you say things like I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So they talk about communication, being careful about not diagnosing somebody, but telling how what their behavior is making you feel.
Right.
So communication, guys, it's key.
Yes.
But it's all coming.
I feel like 10 minutes is too short.
Oh, we'll see. It all comes down to mindfulness. It really, really does.
Yeah.
So tone of voice and paying attention, and we love you all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. People.